The Xbox One generation has been infamous for a glaring lack of high-rated new exclusive games. These mistakes nearly cost the Xbox its name, its funding, and its very existence moving forward. But instead of giving up and canceling consoles and new games, Xbox got up from gaming's biggest fall and looks to be creating an Xbox bigger than ever. This is Colt Eastwood. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to look at the exclusives Xbox One has provided, how they changed along the way, and what's coming soon. Much of this information comes from insiders and leaks and recent interviews with marketing for Xbox. There are actually a lot of games to cover, so hit the like and subscribe buttons and let's get a good look at the state of Xbox and what's to come. First, let's take a look at the Xbox One generation of exclusives from 2013 to right now. Much of the first half of the Xbox One generation was bolstered by third-party content meant to be exclusive to the Xbox One console. The problem was that many of these games didn't really belong to the Xbox One alone and were made by studios that didn't belong to Microsoft. While all of these games were released to good or mediocre acclaim, Microsoft paired their biggest exclusives with Windows PC. Here is what you probably don't know. During this time, midway through the generation in 2017, Xbox had all but given up on first-party games, as the generation up to that point had not panned out for the brand. Xbox's saving grace was the free addition of backwards compatibility and the super powerful Xbox One X console refresh. Microsoft and Xbox knew that something needed to change and that Xbox would not give up the race among consoles. Here in 2017 was the biggest change for Xbox, happening behind the scenes. No one saw it coming until the big news rolled out. Microsoft announced a new studio acquisition and doubled or tripled the first-party spending for Xbox games. You've seen the caliber of games that an Xbox can make with limited funding and very few owned studios. Let's take a look at what Xbox looks like with almost triple the funding and double the talent working on games.
No, we need a fight.
Microsoft started Xbox Game Studios and bought Undead Labs, Playground Games, and Rare that have been making Xbox games for years. They also acquired 12 other studios and created a brand new AAA studio from scratch called The Initiative. gathering talent from the industry's biggest and brightest games. Xbox Game Studios is currently working on 22 games, with some studios split into 2 to 3 teams working on multiple projects and games. We'll take a look at each one with what they're capable of and what they've shown. I've gathered as much gameplay as I can, and some are impressive cinematic trailers. Here's what Xbox Game Studios is working on right now. Splash Damage is working with the Coalition on a Gears turn-based strategy shooter called Gears Tactics. This is being dubbed the XCOM of the Gears of War series. Splash Damage knows Gears. They've worked on online multiplayer for Gears 4 and 5. Another XCOM-style game is the spiritual successor called Phoenix Point. Phoenix Point comes from the original creator of XCOM, but this time the aliens procedurally mutate in combat and elevate the strategy and tension. Another tactical strategy RPG is In Exile's Wasteland 3, coming in 2020, and trades the dusty, irradiated desert for creature and snow-covered Colorado. This isn't the only RPG In Exile is working on, but this is one that we know coming soon. Smilegate and Remedy are working on the next competitive first-person shooter, Crossfire X, a massively popular Chinese Counter-Strike influenced game. The original Crossfire looks like it was ripped from the 90s, but this new version boasts current visuals and an all-new story campaign from Remedy, the team that brought us Alan Wake, Quantum Break, and Control. If a story mode is not your thing and you just want to dominate others online, Crossfire X is shipping with 12 different online modes to keep you shooting. If shooting is getting old, Ninja Theory has a melee-based 4v4 arena competitive game with Overwatch-like colorful characters, classes, and visuals. This is Bleeding Edge, and it has you controlling and defending a dynamic map with a mix of range and close melee combat. It's in beta right now and will be announced very soon. Ninja Theory's AAA team is currently working on an unannounced, single-player mature game which could possibly mix the best of Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, and the outstanding Enslaved Odyssey to the West storytelling and fluid combat. Minecraft is not done, even with the announced cancellation of the Super Duper texture pack. Mojang is likely working on that expansion for Minecraft to move into next generation. The real star of the show is the RPG Minecraft Dungeons, an isometric Diablo-style dungeon crawler with deep customization and class building with some powerful sound and visual design. Moon Studios is completing the biggest little hero in Ori Will of the Wisps, the award-winning side-scroller platformer, and the introduction of big, frightening bosses takes Little Ori to big places. Hand-drawn right out of the 90s comes the cartoon version of Battletoads from De La La Studios. We were hoping for something bigger and more 2020-ish for the three Toads, but this game is more 90s arcade-style beat-em-up and looks like it could bring back the challenge from the 90s. Rare is still updating and adding to Sea of Thieves, but their main team is working on an unannounced open-world game. Undead Labs, the team behind State of Decay, is working on updates, expansions, and a third State of Decay game for next generation that may take the 4-player co-op into a large shared open world online for zombie survival simulation with a bigger budget. An unlikely mega hit is the upcoming flight simulator by Asobo Studios. It will be the most realistic flight game, and it's coming to Xbox in late 2020. It features integration of satellite photogrammetry and Azure Cloud AI to simulate photorealistic visuals that will soon be enhanced with real-time ray tracing on PC and Xbox Scarlett console. Obsidian is a big studio for Xbox with two main teams. Obsidian is finishing The Outer Worlds, a campy sci-fi first-person RPG in the vein of Fallout New Vegas. Obsidian is already working on the next big Xbox exclusive RPG, possibly a whole new IP, as well as a console iteration of the mega hit Pillars of Eternity. The Coalition is working on free DLC expansion for Gears 5 multiplayer and blocking out the final chapter in the Gears trilogy. We won't see Gears 6 until possibly 2023, but expect a new generational leap, taking the great of 5 and evolving it into a fitting closure of the second trilogy for Gears of War. Halo Infinite is on the last year of development for the Xbox, and 343 Industries is rebooting the Master Chief story in a new world teeming with wildlife and a mysterious threat. Turn 10 Studios has been turning out several Forza racing sim titles since the early 2000s and steadily overtaking Gran Turismo as the exclusive racer on console. Turn 10 is asked to take extra time to make Forza Motorsport 8. truly special and evolved into next generation, with a target release on Xbox Scarlett in the spring of 2021, after the console has hit its first corner on the market. Expect full visual fidelity with high frame rates, high resolution, and ray tracing reflections and lighting. Playground Games is working on two major projects: the industry-leading open-world racing series, Forza Horizon 5, possibly coming as soon as fall 2020 as an Xbox Scarlett launch title alongside Halo Infinite, to make the console a showcase for the world's leading first-person shooter and leading racing game on brand new hardware. The long-awaited surprise will come from St. Albans House Studio for Playground Games, making the rumored Fable reboot to be revealed at E3 2020, according to insiders, rounding out Xbox as the premier console for Western RPGs under In Exile, Obsidian, and Playground Games. The final surprise from Xbox Game Studios is the Initiative Studio, made up of top-tier multi-platform studios and many of the Sony Interactive Entertainment studios that created marvels like God of War, Uncharted, and Spider-Man for the PS4. Expect the Initiative to create a massive, mature story-driven action-adventure game to bring the Xbox into what makes competition so incredible. Xbox Game Studios is designed to offer a wide variety of industry-leading games in the best shooters, racers, strategy games, RPGs, and action-adventure games to bring and keep more players in the Xbox ecosystem on console, PC, and Azure-powered xCloud Play Anywhere, with a robust offering of games, ways, and places to play. And it shows that Microsoft didn't give up on the Xbox brand, shaking the competition with services, cloud gaming, and the next most powerful console with full PC integration to make sure that you can play the games you want the way you want. This is Colt Eastwood. Thank you so much for watching. This video was a culmination of hours of game clips, research, and insider information from industry professionals and fans of the channel. Most of the game footage shown today was captured at full quality 4K 60 on the Xbox One X game DVR and a capture card to show you exactly how these games will look and feel on your UHD TV. This work isn't always easy or cheap, but it is so worth it, and I'm grateful to have the privilege to bring it to an audience. If you appreciate this content, help support it by joining the channel, and the cost of joining will help me to continue to keep my hardware and my software up to date. Subscribe for more weekly content and follow me on Xbox Live and Twitter at Colt Eastwood. Send me a message if you have any questions or you just want to talk about gaming. Enjoy this fall slew of games and playing them with friends. And in the comment section, let me know what game you are most excited about from this list of new games coming. And remember, please be respectful, constructive, and enjoy this hobby. And just be nice.